Hey guys, it's Haley. I'm working on another page of my comic Heroic Shenanigans. This time I'm doing some sketching. This is for page 9 of chapter 6, and as of right now, I'm still finishing up page 7, so I'm kind of jumping ahead a little bit. Just sort of wanted to sketch some of the upcoming pages before I finish the other one so that I can kind of sort of get more of a process of where I'm not just like finishing working on one page the week that it's like supposed to get posted and just kind of get ahead a little bit and kind of I would like to get a bunch of pages sketched and inked even because I definitely have days where I'm like, oh, I kind of just feel like coloring right now because coloring takes the least amount of like brain work for me because when I'm sketching I'm kind of, obviously figuring out how everything's going to look, and I sort of still do a little bit of like drawing in my inking too. Like sometimes I won't leave my sketches, I won't make them super refined, so I'll kind of have to go back in when I'm inking and kind of still be figuring things out. But coloring for me, I pretty much just do flat colors and then put the shading on top of it. So when I'm doing the flat colors, like that's it helps me understand why like adult coloring books are a thing because it's kind of relaxing to just not really have to think too hard because I already, know what all the colors are on these characters, so I can kind of just fill in the lines. So, yeah, so I kind of, if there's one day where I'm like, oh, I want to get some comic work done, but I'm not really feeling like, using a lot of brain power, I can just, I'll have pages ready to go to be colored. Um, Not quite there, but kind of would like to get to that point and just have a buffer of pages anyway to just be farther ahead so that I'm not scrambling to get pages done, the day before I'm supposed to post them. And I do want to have more pages up on my Patreon for the people that support me there to read pages early. It just makes me feel more comfortable having a buffer. I think I started this chapter with no, I didn't. This chapter I started right after chapter 5. I launched straight into chapter 6. I maybe took 1 week off. I normally take a couple weeks off, or a couple months off even, for in between chapters. But I already had chapters 5 and 6 all thumbnailed out before I started chapter 5, so I was able to just kind of keep going. Because I don't really like taking breaks, because I get kind of sad when I'm not posting pages. Like, I miss it. I miss getting to post them every week and seeing people's reactions to it, which I wish I could go longer without doing that because it would be nice to just kind of build up a lot of pages and then be able to post them, even if I am still just posting one page a week, and just to not have to worry about getting a page done for every week, just have a handful done ahead of time, and then I can maybe be working on, even farther along pages or be doing more like promoting the comic or something, working on other stuff, which would be nice. I also don't want to take big breaks because I don't want people to lose interest and, have to wait forever for new updates of the comic, which, I mean, it's kind of a good thing when I get people commenting saying, like, oh, when's this coming back? I want more pages. Like, it can be annoying when people are, like, unaware of how much time it takes to make a comic page, but um, it does mean that they are interested in it, at least, if they're wanting more. So I kind of try to look on the positive side when I get comments like that. It's like, well, they wouldn't, be asking for more pages if they didn't enjoy it. So at least that's a good thing. So yeah, I haven't really talked about this page since obviously this is sped up, so I'm not talking while I'm drawing. I'm kind of just talking about other stuff. But yeah, this page, it's looking better when I look back at it now. While I was drawing it, it was kind of late at night and I was tired and I was thinking, ugh, this looks so awful. Why am I recording this? Because I think this is probably one of the first times I've recorded myself sketching. Because, like I said a little earlier, the sketching phase is kind of where I have to do the most thinking, and even if I know I can edit it later and it's not like I'm live streaming and people are watching right now, it's still kind of, when I know the camera's rolling, I'm kind of like, I can't really think while I know this is being recorded and I know somebody's probably going to watch this. Just kind of, but I think this page is turning out okay. I think watching someone sketch is a little more interesting than like my last video where I was just doing shading. It's kind of fun to just watch the drawing come together out of nothing. Yeah, keep having to adjust parts of their faces. Kinda, it's a good thing about working digitally, because even in the sketch phase, like, and I can do something like that where I resize the characters because Henry is sitting down on a cot and Karen is standing up, so obviously she's going to be higher up in the panel than he is. And I can adjust their sizes so that I can fit them in to the panel more, make sure nothing's like getting cut off or getting squished. Yeah, and then being able to flip the canvas is really good. I used to never do that, and then I kind of more recently started doing that, and it really does help, because it just helps you see, you know, you might be looking at your drawing and think something kind of looks off, I can't tell what it is, and then when you flip it, you can really see things that are off. Like there's a part earlier in this video where kind of towards the beginning where Karen's eye, when I flipped it, like her eye looked so small and off to the side, so I was able to adjust that and just make it look better than it would have if I hadn't flipped it. You know, it's kind of an extra step, but I think stuff like that really helps. And then, yeah, and I can also kind of overlay another sketch of his face to kind of get the proportions right, because they weren't looking quite right on that one, and I couldn't tell what was wrong. Yeah, kind of getting to the end here. Looking all right. Yep, well, thanks for watching this. I'll see you next time. Bye.